Hey, this is Taylor with San Juan Vans here in Durango, Colorado. And I'm going to give you a quick tour of our newest build on a Promaster 159 wheelbase. This is a brand new 2019 van brought to us by the customer, and this one is in a lovely burgundy color. Let's check out the build. So first thing we did is we punched in a window here. This van stock had no windows. We punched in a window that has a slider with a screen on the inside, and I'll show you that from the inside. But that gives you some ventilation, gives a lot more light inside the van, and as you'll see, gives the passenger seat in the rear of the van a way to look outside and get some air. Take a look inside the van. You'll see this van has a very custom finish on the inside with a tongue and groove beetle kill pine ceiling and beetle kill pine cabinets. It gives it a really cool kind of rustic look. Those were custom made at the request of the van owner. Here, if you look on the floor, we have a vinyl waterproof floor. This is a solid sheet of vinyl in here, and you can see these are the seat brackets that are recessed in the floor here for the rear seat that we'll show you here in a second. All right, we'll hop in the van and show you some more of this stuff here. So here inside the van, you can see our little kitchenette. We have a Dometic stove, 2-burner stove, runs on propane. That's recessed here in the countertop. These are really nice units because they just fold down like that with a glass lid, and you have all the counter space here. And next to the stove here, we have a Ruvati sink. This is a real nice deep sink system. Has a slide-in cutting board here, just a fresh water and gray water tank underneath with the faucet here. You just switch it on like that, and you got running water. You can see underneath there we have a 7-gallon freshwater and gray water tank. This system is really nice because the freshwater tank has an integrated pump right in the tank. So you just unplug the pump when you swap it out, fill out your water bottle. All the cabinets and drawers have these push lock hardware because you are in a moving vehicle, and it's nice to have your drawers not fling open going down the road. These keep everything real buttoned up nice and tight. There's all your storage here. One of my favorite things about this van too is it has a propane powered furnace. You can see down here that's plumbed in. It vents right through the side of the van. That gives you on-demand heat whenever you want it. That's controlled by a thermostat right here at the foot of the bed, so you can crank up your heat without even getting out of bed in the morning, which is really nice. Down here we have Engel 12-volt DC powered refrigerator. These are great units. They're super energy efficient. This is a 60-quart refrigerator, so you got a lot of room and even a little freezer. And this runs completely on the system that we put on. There's two 100-watt panels on the roof of this van, along with a battery isolator that charges off the alternator while you're driving. Also in the kitchenette here we have a tile backsplash, imitation tile, so it is rated for the temperature fluctuations that a van will see. And it's not real tile, so it's not going to shake off. Magnetic knife holder, some coffee mug hooks here that you can use for all sorts of stuff. A paper towel holder that is geared, so your paper towel roll is not going to come flying off going down the road. That's really nice. Some shelving here. Big cabinet here above the kitchen unit. All these cabinets operate on gas struts, so nice storage right over your head there while you're cooking, along with these nice shelves, all with the beetle kill finish, so you get this nice natural pine look. Promasters have this great storage up here, which is always really nice and useful. This one we added a seat swivel, so you can rotate the passenger seat 180 degrees around, which is really nice for a little extra seating space in the van. That comes in handy quite a bit. So looking here towards the back of the van, you see we have 3 different light zones for our front lights. These are all LEDs, totally light up the whole room. Above the bed you have a nice reading light that's totally dimmable, which really comes in handy when you're at night, you want to read. You just touch it here and it dims to whatever you want. It's in the daytime right now, so you can't really see. Probably get some photos of what this van looks like at night, so you guys can see it all lit up. It's really bright in here at night, really bright and really nice. Up top above the bed we have a maxxair remote operated roof fan. These things are great. They pull air in through the van or push air down into the van. 10 speeds, remote operated. We put these in all our vans. They're just a great way to get some airflow in the van. And if we close the door here, what also helps with our airflow is this window. So this is a big slider window with a nice screen. So if you open this window and set your fan to suck air out, you get a nice cross breeze right across the bed in the van, which is really nice. That comes in handy. And when the passenger seat is here, mounted here, you have a nice window for the passenger, and they can open and get some airflow right there. So you also see, looking back towards the back of this van, that this van actually has 2 different bed configurations. This is a really cool design. This van is built for a small family, a couple with a young child, and they wanted to make sure that they could all sleep in the van. So you have a full-size mattress in the back, and then you have this dinette here that doubles as a second bed. So this is pretty cool. So you have a second bed right here, and I'll show you here how it converts into a nice table with some seating. So you just get rid of that cushion, open this compartment up. This piece of the bed can stow away right there. And then you have this kind of standard RV post style table post that keeps on a magnet inside that compartment in that bench. That just goes in there like that. Close this bench up. This table sits on this little ledger board right here and then pops right in there like that. And then you have nice seating for 3 people, or maybe even more if you're small people, and a nice table to sit at, which can be really nice. Lots of storage under here and additional storage under here, and I'll show you what's in that cabinet here in a second. Okay, so in this bench here on the driver's side, we have our sealed and vented propane compartment. So we have a propane tank in there that is attached with seals all the way around in this compartment, sealed at the top, and there's a vent in the floor so that if you ever do have a propane leak, in theory it's going to go out the floor and not into the van. Should you ever have a propane leak in the van, we have a propane alarm right here next to the tank on the floor. So a propane leak should be detected. That propane runs this stove and the furnace down here. So that keeps everything warm and gives you something to cook with. There's also a small storage compartment here in this bench for random odds and ends. And then you have your 1000 watt pure sine wave inverter mounted down here. So you have 110 power when you want to power a laptop or a small TV or any little kitchen electronics off your battery. And you see up here along the top, we have some hooks for hanging water bottles while you're sleeping, or your jackets or anything like that. A customer requested this L-track be mounted here in the doorway of the roof. This has these removable D-rings here. They wanted this to be able to hang Olympic rings to do some workouts on there, so they can open the door and do their workouts. Back here above the bed, we have these 2 nice, really large top opening cabinets with the push lock hardware again. These give you a lot of extra storage for clothes, things like that, and what's kind of just wasted space above your feet while you're sleeping. So that's pretty nice. So here we have our 2-person passenger seat, seat-belted passenger seat mounted in the van now. So you can see what it's like when you have all the seating in here. So we actually have seat-belted seating for 4 passengers, 2 up front, 2 in the back here. And this seat is removable, it has quick release brackets, super easy to pop in and out. The buyer of this van is planning on using it for their small family and popping the seat out and throwing it in the back when they're camped. So that's a really nice thing to have when you want to carry some extra people. It really expands the use of the van. So one other thing we have in the front of this van is this really nice, easy to use curtain to block off the whole cab area. You just simply undo these straps that stay fixed here. You got a couple on each side. Actually, there's one on this side. And then this curtain goes together with magnets that are sewn into the curtain totally blocks off the cab. It can be really nice if you're camping in a more urban place or somewhere where you want some more privacy. Nobody will know you're back here. So this is the rear of the van, obviously. And if we open it up, I'll show you the garage area that we have for this van. This garage area on this van is totally utilitarian. We have a vinyl garage style flooring in the back, so you don't have to worry about the back getting wet. It's got some gripping with a diamond plate so stuff doesn't slide around as much. We have L-track mounted in the back of the van here, so you can see you can mount things like this. Bike fork mount, so you can put some mountain bikes back here, or whatever else you might want to use the L-track for, which can be pretty nice. Up above we have ski racks that are mounted underneath. This is pretty cool. You can put 3 pairs of skis or a couple snowboards on these racks. It sits above everything under the bed, and you still have your storage. We built that at the custom request of the buyer of the van. We also have, which is kind of hard to see right now in the daylight, but your rear lights are controlled from back here, so you have lights in the ceiling and a big huge LED light strip in the cargo area to light this whole place up at night. It's hard to tell right now in the daylight, but at nighttime it really lights the whole thing up. So we also have our whole power system is kind of tucked away, hidden under the bed here over the rear wheel well on the driver's side. So this is a pretty cool thing that we do to totally keep your battery system out of the way of the whole van. And how we do it is we have a big steel frame that we weld up that sits around the wheel well, and you have your whole battery system. You have your charge controller for the solar panels, you have your battery isolator, your whole fuse panel, everything kind of lives down here. You can monitor the whole power system through a Bluetooth app though. So even though you don't have access to this all the time from the front of the van, you can see the health of the entire system. If you open this compartment, this just houses our big 200 amp hour Renogy AGM battery. So that is the whole power system of the van right there. That controls it, and yeah, gives you power to all your lights, your fan, your furnace, your fridge, sink, all that good stuff. So this van here has kind of our standard fabric wrapped wall panels, along with a custom beetle pill ceiling. Really makes for a nice color tone for the van with the beetle pill cabinet. I don't know if I showed you, but underneath the bed is mounted. It's built on a 16 gauge steel welded frame, and that is what supports the whole bed without having any structure underneath, which is really nice. Gives you the option to have a lot of stuff back there without anything getting in the way. Let's step around this side of the van. So there's just one last thing to show you on this Promaster. This is the outlet for the furnace there that's mounted in the cabinet. So you have your air intake and your exhaust port right here. So totally vented furnace. You don't have to worry about any of any condensation from running a Mr. Buddy heater inside or anything like that. Just a straight RV style furnace, runs on propane and heats the van up in no time. So thanks for watching our tour of our Promaster 159-inch wheelbase 2019 van, custom built by San Juan Vans, based here in Durango, Colorado. We build these vans all the time, so if this is something that you like, shoot us an email, give us a call, and check us out at sanjuanvans.com, and we'd love to talk to you.